Welcome and thank you for joining Global Privacy Summit 2023.
Rakuten is committed to building trust with users by providing transparency regarding privacy and personal data collection. New technology constantly poses both challenges and opportunities to data protection. Understanding this, Rakuten held its first ever Global Privacy Summit over 3 days in June 2023 to align strategically and strengthen connections across privacy organizations. Privacy-related topics covered included AI strategy, data retention, global privacy regulations, and much more. A range of internal and external speakers from around the world gathered, including Yasufumi Hirai, who addressed attendees with his opening speech on the first day.
So as the privacy leaders, also we have to be very, very relevant to those technology trends. I know most of you are the business persons, but I'd like to ask all of you to study some of those new technologies so that we can connect the technology trends with our privacy protection activities. The theme of this summit is Next Generation of Privacy. Let's make our data protection and privacy compliance as the offensive strategies for Rakuten Group.
Day 1 focused on trends in the privacy field, with 4 afternoon conversations on privacy, including one on business and culture.
In the privacy case, we should become proactive. This is the first concept of privacy by design. Proactive is very important. The company is not waiting for the regulations. Companies should create their own cultures. If you do the good things for the privacy, we applaud it. Then create a teamwork to get things done. So that is very important from my perspective.
Day 2 included sessions on data security and privacy programs, as well as a lively panel discussion on global privacy featuring regional privacy offices from Japan, Asia, Americas, and Europe regions.
Most importantly, the deletion of personal data, because I think that companies are still holding things that's unnecessary for them, and it's the best way that we can reduce risk from data breach. And then I think the last thing is documentation, right? So we're going to continue to make sure that we're buttoned up from our privacy compliance, not just understanding what documentation.
So we're trying to fundamentally consolidate our knowledge of the operations, taking place in the region, as well as expanding and developing our privacy network and ties with stakeholders in Asia. Because as we talked about culture, in terms of the business culture and the people we have and the resources we have are always going to differ as well with, from region to region. And that's something we all want to try to find best way to leverage.
Of course, being the first global and in-person summit, organizers created opportunities for participants to catch up with old colleagues and meet new ones through organized social events, as well as lively interactive workshops.
I'm happy to join this summit to learn more about privacy situation and privacy trends, not only in Japan but globally. I'm glad to join the on-site meeting and connect with the privacy officer of all of Rakuten Group. It's a very good time for me.
But it's always good to take a break to look at things from a holistic point of view and to make sure we have the best practices, to learn from our colleagues and to see where we can collaborate to become even more secure and more private for our users. And also I have a message for the entire Rakutenian community. I think we won't be able to have good privacy if we didn't have the entire Rakuten community working with us, collaborating with us, and making sure that we actually act upon our promise to our users. So you are very important.
I think there's always a bit of a, conflict between the innovation and strict privacy compliance rules, but I think we can build a more proactive stance. I think for that it's also important that we all work together across the regions with all privacy officers and our employees to make sure that we really can have a very good privacy compliance for Rakuten Group.